So we have just pulled into Universal parking, waiting to go through the booths, and yeah, these are supposedly all annual pass holders. I wonder what their capacity is. I'm genuinely curious because all the pictures that we've seen so far this morning, lines, and it is currently 10:30. So there is quite a bit of a backup in trying to get into the parking garages. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if we're gonna stay. I don't know. Because we're seeing a lot of pictures of people waiting in really long lines for temperature checks, really long lines to get inside the park. They just redirected us. They're telling us to go another way. This guy literally just kicked over some cones to tell us to go this way. So we're going this way. Maybe we are parking in the bottom parking lot? I don't know. Oh, looks like they got people with temperature guns over here. Are we stopping over here? Are we still going?
It's probably just the employees.
Okay, we're just gonna go. This is gonna be a fun day. Yep, point at me. Keep going. Right over here. Okay, okay.
The first spot?
Very first spot.
Dope. Princess parking. Or, well, superhero parking? What are we? Dinosaur parking.
Dinosaur parking?
Dinosaur parking. That's what I'm going with.
Parking.
Dino parking.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, so he filled up the other 2 spots and he's sending people all the way down. All right, so we have finally managed to park. We are heading up to security check. So just a little bit of an update. Before we even got here, we made a pit stop on our way here to get some breakfast. And we read that as of like 9 o'clock, all the virtual line passes for Hagrid's, all gone. So for these annual pass holder previews, if you are checking in anytime after 10, you're pretty much SOL on Hagrid's. It's gonna be interesting. I'm fairly certain that Hagrid's is gonna be like the new Rise of the Resistance, where if you're not here when the park opens to get a virtual line pass, you're not getting on that ride. So we'll see exactly what happens, but it is just a cluster as of right now, and we're just trying to rush on inside. Oh my god. Holy cow. We're moving fairly quickly. It looks like we're opening up more lines. It looks like there's multiple lines now to get your temperature checked. Yeah, so there's 2 different lines to get your temperature checked. And to be fair, we are moving very quickly. We were at a standstill for quite a while, but we're moving now. Okay, don't know where we're supposed to go. Alright, so we're inside City Walk now, and things are a bit better. People are definitely a lot more spaced out. A lot more room for activities, more room to breathe, which is good. And we are making our way over to Islands of Adventure. And there is a news chapter overhead checking on the progress of everything, which is cool. So the way that the reservation system worked online, Coda and I both got a reservation for today. However, Coda got a reservation to check in at Islands of Adventure. I got a reservation to check in at Universal Studios. So we're hoping that we can check in together. If not, oh well, I'll have to go over to Universal Studios, but we'll definitely see. We're gonna try and get in together into Islands of Adventure.
And I want to thank each and every one of you for keeping those facial coverings up and over your mouth and nose. We definitely appreciate appreciate your dedication to safety.
Yes, we definitely do. It is so important to keep those masks on at all times.
Oh, they just called them out. That was great. Looks like we have super secret entrances through the exits. It says exit only, but it looks like they're letting people in. It's definitely an interesting sight. A lot of people sitting down just past the entrance trying to get virtual queues for attractions. Hagrid's is basically out, so there's no chance of riding Hagrid's today, unfortunately. I mean, we can try later on, hopefully, but we don't know. As of right now, all the virtual queues are full, and not every attraction is offering virtual queues, so it is going to be interesting. We'll see what we can get. Seems to be the theme for today. A lot of rides no longer have virtual queue. Like for River Adventure, it says 35 minutes or virtual queue. There seems to be no virtual queues left. Hagrid's says virtual queue only. If you go to Reserve One, it says there are no more return times available. The Incredible Hulk, no virtual queue, 75-minute wait. Spider-Man is at a 60-minute wait, no virtual queue. Oh, look, it's Poe. That's awesome. Socially distanced characters. One thing that we're also seeing is a lot of people already leaving the park because it's already crazy busy, and all the lines are full. The virtual queue is non-existent for rides, and to be completely honest, it feels like an almost normal day at the park. Maybe a little less crowded than normal, but still, like, it's pretty busy, and a lot of people are leaving because you can't really do anything. The lines are really long, and some of the lines, and most of the lines that do have virtual queue are all gone. So what is there to do? Okay, so here's a little thing of what's going on during the virtual. It's saying join the virtual line for Hagrid's. We scanned the QR code, it brought us in here, and there are 2 times, but it's not letting us do it. Yeah, it's not working. So I guess that is a valid reason as to why the wait time is 75 minutes. Every other row is being filled and they're not mixing parties together in the same row. So that would explain it. I will say though, it is really nice to be back in the park. I feel so good being back in my natural habitat. Like, the parks are where I belong. The parks are where I love to be. And being able to come back finally after so long, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It just sucks that the lines are really long, but again, that's to be expected with the queues being staggered and the way that they're loading vehicles and everything. So you can see they have some stages set up throughout the park for where characters can stand up there and do a socially distanced meet and greet. You can walk up to them, talk to them, you can take a socially distanced selfie. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, the water rides are open. People are riding and getting nice and wet.
I want a boat all to myself.
That's a bit of a waste. How the hell did they manage that? Wait time says 45 minutes and they have a boat literally all to themselves. What the hell?
And that one's full. I want an empty boat. I could steal a dinosaur.
Definitely very hard to maintain social distancing in this area. Very hard to maintain social distancing. It bottlenecks really hard here. Pretty lengthy line to get into Burger Digs for lunch. It is quickly approaching lunchtime. We are approaching noon. So no surprises there. It does honestly feel really good to be back, but again, this almost feels like a normal park day. I don't know what the capacity is. I think this is the line for Butterbeer? Is this the line for Butterbeer? Or is this the line just to get into the Three Broomsticks.
I was shooting for Hogshead.
And in case you guys are wondering, this is the line to get into the Three Broomsticks and Hogshead for butterbeer. A lot of people want butterbeer, and yeah, lengthy lines. And we used to be able to go back there. We used to be able to walk back there and around, but that is closed off.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Hogsmeade. If you have any chance to see the homework required, make sure you go back. They are fantastic. I'm sure they would love to see you. Bye. Enjoy your day.
I'm gonna pick it up on the other side. Just make sure you show me everything.
Thank you. My metal ones or their plastic ones?
Plastic ones are fine if they're wrapped.
And 2 frozen, there you go.
Thank you. Very hard to maintain social distancing here. It is crazy busy. Now we're just trying to find a nice quiet spot to drink our butterbeer, but that's getting to be a bit impossible to find. Yeah, definitely. Well, it absolutely took forever and a day to find a quiet spot. We're out by Sinbad. No one around us. There's a designated mask removal area just down that way, and we are now going to enjoy some butterbeer after, what, 2.5 months, almost 3 months? Can't remember the last time I had a butterbeer. Oh, but I'm so ready. I'm hot. Okay, so we've been in the park for, what is it, almost 2 hours now?
I have no idea.
Almost 2 hours now. And we're by ourselves in this little corner by Sinbad. Literally, quite literally no one else around us right now. What do you think about the social distancing and everything that you're seeing so far?
It's crap.
It's crap?
It's crap. Harry, Hogsmeade, crowded. People in lines were doing fine. Anybody in a line was fine. But just Hogsmeade was a mess. It's a hot mess.
Yeah, I'd say the same for the Jurassic Park area too. With all the construction going on, it bottlenecks really easily in some areas, and it's very difficult to maintain social distancing. A lot of people kind of on top of each other. And even in Hogsmeade too, there's a bit more space, but there were still so many people in Hogsmeade that it was very difficult to maintain social distancing, and again, people were on top of each other, and the people that were in lines were fine, but still, like, this is with reservations. Like, everyone here is an annual pass holder, and this is with reservations. So if this is what it looks like with reservations, what is it going to look like when the parks reopen on the 5th to the general public? That's what we're concerned about. And so we haven't written anything today. We want to write stuff. We have a reservation for the Mummy next door at about 2 o'clock-ish, at 2:10 I think. So we're probably gonna write that. But other than that, if you have a weak immune system and yeah, if you have a weak immune system, or if you're worried about social distancing and having your own space, don't come. I would honestly not recommend coming, even with their social distancing markers and all their mask requirements. Like, surprisingly enough, we're seeing a lot of people complying with the masks. A lot of people are complying with the masks. Only a select few are not wearing it properly, wearing it underneath their nose, or not wearing it at all, which isn't terrible. I wish everyone would comply, but you know, people are going to be people, and people are going to be stupid. But
at least they're covering their mouth.
Yeah, at least they're covering their mouths, which is the most important part. But yeah, I know, I'm getting stabbed in the back. But as of right now, we can't recommend anybody who's like genuinely worried about their own health or the health of their family to come to Universal Studios, because there's no social distancing. Even with a reservation, it's still pretty crowded, and the wait times are pretty up there. And the virtual queue system is a joke. Don't even get me started on the virtual queue system. It is a joke. So we'll keep going. We still got the whole other park to go to. So we're gonna head into Seuss Landing, see what's going on over there, and then if we can't get a virtual queue for Hagrid's or anything else here at this park, then we're just gonna hop on board the Hogwarts Express and head on over to Universal Studios. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, let's get moving. Alright, so we just finished up with our little break. We just checked the Universal app, and River Adventure is a 5-minute wait. So we're gonna head on over there and see if we can ride River Adventure, because I'm excited. I want to ride something. Okay, so a little bit of an update on Hagrid's. Team members are saying that more times will be released throughout the day. You just kind of have to keep checking the app and, you know, kind of be on top of it. And if you see a time, you got to be really quick to grab it, because as you guys saw earlier, we saw times and we tried to get it, but there are so many other people who are trying to get times for Hagrid that it just goes like that. So it's going to be very interesting. I wonder what the actual wait time is once you're inside. That's what I'm more concerned about, what the wait time is once we're inside. All right, 5-minute wait for River Adventure. Finally, we're riding something. Hopefully we don't get too wet. Yeah, I know. We had a quick scare for Hagrid's, saw some times available, and then nothing. They were gone instantly. So, it's all right. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. All right, so we have transitioned into our ride-wearing masks. These are pullover masks we got specifically for riding attractions. So I'm super excited to try these out on River Adventure. Well,
It rained.
we got wet. It started pouring rain on us. As soon as we went over the lift hill, the sky just opened up and we are soaking wet. Oh my God, we were not expecting that. But it was my fault, because I wanted to ride and we were getting on it and we knew that the skies were getting a little dark, but damn, the sky just opened up on us as soon as we crested the first lift hill to get into the lagoon. Oh my God. That was something else, but that was a lot of fun. My God, that was a lot of fun. So what'd you think?
Fine. I'm eating my mask.
I know, same. My mask goes into my mouth now. But that was so much fun. That was fun. Well, I finally got to put this good thing to use as well. This is a rain cover for backpacks. And I think it did pretty well. You can tell it kind of soaked through a little bit.
It also could have been us trying to put it on.
Yeah, we were in the middle of the ride when it opened up, and we were frantically trying to put it on. So it could be from us, you know, frantically putting it on, but my backpack is dry. Okay, so I just wanted to say it is possible to get a return time. We managed to snag one for Hagrid's for $2.40. Super excited for that, but you just got to be quick. Like the cast, or like the team members said, they release some throughout the day, but you just got to be real quick with it. So I'm super excited. We got one. All right, tips for staying hydrated. This bottle we brought from home, filled it up with ice from home, and we stopped by. We got some waters over here to pour inside and some ice water for us to drink right now. Super thirsty. It looks like there's a lot more room to breathe here in Seuss Landing. Goodness me. All right, next ride with a minimal wait time is Cat in the Hat with only a 5-minute wait. I honestly can't remember the last time I've seen the queue this empty. Good Lord. Donde está everybody? So we just got off of Cat in the Hat, and I like that they're giving out hand sanitizer before you get on each attraction. They did it on Jurassic Park and they did it here. I thought I read somewhere that they were supposed to give us hand sanitizer when we got off. Not entirely sure, but either way, we have our own hand sanitizer. We highly recommend bringing your own. If you don't have your own, Universal is selling a lot of hand sanitizer, so you guys can go ahead and stock up on that if you so desire, if you don't have your own. But still, very good. I think because of the rain, the park cleared out just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's still fairly crowded. Not as crowded as I've seen it normally, but there's still quite a few people here. And the park does close at 5. I thought it closed at 7, but it closed at 5. So after, yeah, City Walk closed at 7. So after we get done with Hagrid's, probably gonna try and hop on board the Hogwarts Express. If not, walk over to Universal Studios and see what's going on over there. Alrighty, just got off of the Incredible Hulk. I'm actually very shocked that I still fit on that thing. I thought I did a number on myself during the quarantine, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did gain some weight over the quarantine. Who hasn't? But I'm very shocked that I did fit, and I'm gonna put a picture up here so that you guys can see our picture. And we've been very excited to get our ride photos with our masks on, because it's kind of like a moment in history thing where, you know, we had to go to the theme parks and wear our masks, you know? It was very interesting, very fun. We're heading on over to, what is it, Wizarding World now to ride Hagrid's. Super excited for that. All right, so not quite as crowded as it was earlier. Still a little bit crowded in there, but we are in line for Hagrid's. No social distancing markers beyond this point, but it looks like they start right here. So from here on out, we're going to be following social distancing. The team member said they're estimating about an hour or so once you get inside the queue. So we're in a queue right now to scan our QR code and to drop our stuff off in a locker. And then we got to go inside and wait in that queue. So yeah, we will definitely start a timer. They are cleaning very frequently. They're even spraying inside, which is awesome. All right, we are in the queue. Coda has a timer set on her watch. I'm super excited. And social distancing markers all throughout the queue. Definitely loving how empty this queue is so far. Once we get inside though, I'm sure it's a very different story, but they are prepared for the worst for when it reopens to the general public. It looks like they might have the pre-show continuously playing, but they got stanchions all kinds of set up. I know it's really hard to tell, but they got stanchions all sort of set up in here. We're still going. Wow. What a difference from opening day, huh? We sat in this room for 2 hours. This is pretty interesting. This is the second time that I've been in this queue. First time was on opening day. The other 2 times I've ridden this was on single rider. I am excited. So far, this is good. I like this. Oh, and there it is. This is all done really, really well. I like this a lot. The ride's literally right there. All right, leaving Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Fantastic ride as always. I did barely squeeze my fat rear into that seat. Like I said, I did gain a little bit of weight over the quarantine, so I barely fit on that one. But we did, thank God. And they said it was about an hour wait when we would get in line. We waited all of 10 minutes. All of 10 minutes it took us to walk through the queue to get onto the attraction. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I do have my gripes with the virtual queue, and the fact that the virtual queues can get taken up so quickly is a bit of an issue. I personally think that the virtual queues need to be accessible to those who only are inside the park. Once you scan your ticket and you're inside the park, that is when you should be able to grab a virtual queue. But having that experience of going through, well, you're in the middle of the road here, babe.
I know.
But having that experience of being able to go through the queue of Hagrid's so seamlessly and having to only await 10 minutes, absolutely fantastic. We'll see when the park reopens to the general public how it's handled. And there are a lot of people who are complaining about the virtual queue system, but the result because of that virtual queue system is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love it, and I can't wait to do it again. And queue is pretty empty right now for the Hogwarts Express. I mean, the wait time up there says 45 minutes, but the team member just told us 10. So we'll see who's actually true. We're hoping that it's 10, because Lord knows we don't want to wait forever for this. And supposedly they are not grouping people with an unfamiliar party, so we could have an entire cabin to ourselves. Alrighty, this is looking like a 10-minute wait, and I like it.
Here she comes.
Ah, all right. Cabin C.
As in chocolate frogs, you can hear her.
C as in chocolate frogs. Ugh. And so much room for activities. The last time I rode Hogwarts Express and had my own cabin with someone else with me was during the soft opening when I was in high school. That was quite an experience because, you know, again, it was soft opening, so no one was really in line. We got our own cabin, and then the next day was opening, and oh my God, you could not. You're like this. You've been on the Hogwarts Express, you know what it's like, but yeah, so much room for activities. I will say there is no social distancing when exiting.
We're trying.
Yeah, we personally are trying, but some others are just kind of on top of other people, which is interesting. But just look at how empty King's Cross is. Goodness me. Huh, it is a bit busier than I expected at Universal, but out in front of Diagon Alley, not so much. But just looking down there, it looks pretty busy. Steady stream of people going into Diagon Alley. Huh. But when you actually get inside, not too bad. Time to have dinner at the greatest restaurant in Universal. Gonna get me my specialty chicken sandwich. I love it, I want it in my belly. The process for ordering food is a little bit slow, but it's to be expected. Half the registers are open. They're only letting so many people in at a time, and they can only fill so many tables, so It makes sense, it's to be expected, but we did mobile order, so not entirely sure how that works. We've been in line for a little over 10 minutes now, haven't moved too much, and we're not sure if it's because they're slow in the back or if it's because we're waiting for people to leave in the dining room. That could be another thing that I was thinking about. We might be waiting for people to leave in the dining room, which is kind of unfortunate though, but I mean there's only so much space and only so limited seats, you know?
Sit by the dragon. I'll share with the dragon.
I know, right? We'll take our food to go at this point. Upon further review, it looks like none of the registers are open. It looks like they're just filling drink orders here maybe, because I see people walking out with drinks but no food. I mean, I know the food's always brought to your table, but still, it's interesting.
You go.
Thank you.
This will be where your table is.
Thank you. Okay, so we're finally seated at the Leaky Cauldron. We have our process here for ordering food online and receiving your order. And here is a quick look at the menu. Now, I don't blame Universal for the extended wait time. It happens. Clearly, they are at a reduced capacity here inside the Leaky Cauldron. However, it just would have been nice for ATM to come and explain the situation to the guests that are in line, and other people around me were getting pretty frustrated with waiting and not knowing exactly what the heck was going on and why the wait was the way it was. So just keep that in mind. If you're having an extended wait, it's because they gotta wait for other people to leave and clear up tables. All right, so our food has finally arrived. I'm super excited, and what's cool is that they gave us cash back for our annual pass holder discount since they cannot apply it online. On the mobile order, they just gave it to us in cash. That's awesome. And Coda, boop, with her reusable straw. Fantastic dinner at Leaky Cauldron. As per usual, that chicken sandwich was calling my name. I've been craving that chicken sandwich. Thank God I had it. So good, so satisfying. The park closes in less than 30 minutes, unfortunately, so not going to be doing too much inside this park. We're basically walking from the back to the front of the park, and it was so good to be back. So good to be back. I have some more thoughts on our experience here. Are you okay? What is...
I couldn't get the tip back on.
Just struggling with her reusable straw. I do have some more thoughts on what we experienced today, but I will be sharing some of that whenever we get home. But in the meantime, let's start making our way back towards the front. So you guys are probably thinking, Adrian, you guys were just at the Leaky Cauldron. What are you doing at Mel's?
I wanted fries. Duh.
Well, yeah, for some fries, but for these, because we discovered on the mobile app for Universal Studios, if you go into certain restaurants, they have the annual pass souvenir cup or the Coca-Cola freestyle souvenir cup. We wanted the annual pass holder one, but if you click on the annual pass holder one, you can add it to your order.
Free,
huh?
The other one has prices. I think that's why you make it free.
Yeah. You add it to your cart, and look, inside your cart, annual pass Coca-Cola freestyle souvenir cup, $0. And I could check out now. So that's basically what we did. We got 2 of these for free basically, and all we paid for was fries. How awesome is that? I don't expect this to last very long. I don't know if Universal is aware of it.
It might just be pass holder.
It might just be a pass holder thing, yeah, very true. So, yeah, thank you Universal for the free souvenir cup. Rest in peace Terminator 2, and hello Bourne Stuntacular. It was supposed to open several months ago, but then, you know, virus. And so now, we must wait a little bit longer for this show to open completely, but it's interesting. I'm excited. From what I've seen, it looks like it'll be pretty interesting.
Are the actors born for that world?
Ha 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 ha! You're so funny! So this is awesome. They have all the team members waving goodbye at everybody. Bye! Bye guys! Thank you. We missed you all! Thank you. Well, after 2.5 months, we finally were able to return to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. I have a lot of thoughts about today, but overall, quite fun. Quite fun.